We have extended ourselves too far around the world. We've gotten involved in these wars that are unconstitutional. They've never been declared. We don't know why we're there. We don't know when they're over. So the most important thing a new president could do is bring our troops home.
Sounds good to me. We have troops now in Korea, Japan, Italy, Germany. Thought we won that war. We're deep in debt, but we spend $700 billion on defense. It's too much. But I'm told I'm clueless when I say things like that. Told that by some very smart neoconservatives. The Wall Street Journal editorial page and one of my favorite magazines, the Weekly Standard. Its executive editor is Fred Barnes. I'm clueless.
Well, maybe naive. And certainly Ron Paul is deluded about the importance of the American military presence around the world. It underwrites global security, the global economy. Without the American military presence around the world, you wouldn't have open sea lanes. You would, international trade would be very constricted.
But Japan could police its sea lanes. Other countries could participate. Everybody's freeloading off of us, and we can't afford it.
In a sense, they are freeloading off of us, but it's worth every penny of it because it helps the United States. It's to the benefit of the United States to have this global economy, and that's why bringing the boys home, and you know, Ron Paul means all of them. His son is quite different, Senator Rand Paul, but he wants all of them to shut down all the bases, bring every troop home. That would be a gigantic
We could debate that, but I would argue the global economy would do just fine if we didn't have 60,000 soldiers in Germany. And
well, we did have 300,000 there, and that was crucial to have them there. Look, it protected Western Europe for 50 years.
Well, that was them.
The troops are in Korea now, and that's now, are preventing a war and attack by North Korea on South Korea.
South Korea's economy is 45 times bigger than North Korea's. It could defend itself.
Well, I'm not sure, because almost the entire economy of North Korea goes to the military. Look, preserving the peace around the world, deterring war, is a responsibility that America has taken on, I think for good reason, and it's done by our military presence around the world.
Don't we make new enemies by having soldiers in all these places?
Look, you go around the world, John, and people may say, oh, they criticize the United States, but you know what? At the end of the day, they want to be protected by the American military umbrella. Australia does, other Asian countries do, the European countries do. Nothing good happens internationally in the world without the United States leading the way, and one of the ways the United States leads the way is with its American military presence.
They sure made a lot of enemies in Afghanistan. We armed the wrong side. We've gone to Iraq twice. This is winning? This is a good thing?
Well, I wouldn't say winning, but it's better than the alternative.
It didn't backfire when we armed the Mujahideen, and we didn't help create Osama bin Laden?
I don't think so.
Let's move on to another conflict between libertarians and defense hawks after Congressman Justin Amash attacked the NSA spying. Chris Christie said this.
This strain of libertarianism that's going through both parties right now, I think, is a very dangerous thought.
And when Rand Paul led a filibuster on the president's drone policy, Senator John McCain called him and his supporters wacko birds. So we're wacko birds?
Well, Senator Rand Paul is certainly not a wacko bird. He says Congress has basically abdicated its role in foreign policy. And I think he's made a good point on that.
All right, well, let's move on to the title of this show, The Rise of the Libertarians. Yeah. You're skeptical.
Well, I'd call it a blip, not that much of a rise. John, as you said earlier in the show, the Libertarian Party, for instance, has never done anything.
So far, but it's about to.
It's been around a long time.
You have said, without embracing social issues, abortion, drugs, gay marriage, conservative philosophy can never become a majority. You still believe that?
No, what I think I said was that group is essential to the Republican Party. And I hear lots of people say, oh, they're terrible, they're scaring people away, we can't win with them. Well, you certainly can't win without them.
So the way for Republicans to win is to be anti-abortion, anti-gay marriage, anti-drugs.
The way for Republicans to win is to welcome this wing of the party, and it's a heck of a lot bigger one than the Libertarian wing, hate to tell you, John, to welcome in the party and not drive them out.
Chris Christie's doing pretty well. He